Okay, my bad. There was the entirely wrong intro. I was not supposed to play that intro. I think this is the problem with Melon app so far. It doesn't really automatically disable certain intro that you put in. But I guess it's kind of like chicken and egg situation. If you want an intro, then you probably just want to make sure that every time it comes in, you have that intro. But okay, that's the wrong intro. Anyway, welcome back to yet another Ask Me Anything Sunday. What's up, GY? You're here early, okay? What your kids sleep earlier, so you can come back here and join us. Okay, now all right. So as usual, we're gonna do this for half an hour, and what we do here is actually very straightforward. I will be answering some questions that was posted to me on my YouTube channel as well as on my Facebook page. And yeah, basically that's what we do every week. All right. So basically, you know the drill. If you have any questions regarding Facebook advertising and digital marketing, feel free to pop them on any videos on my YouTube channel and even on my Facebook group. But Facebook group is getting not as active right now because we all know that Facebook group is not really a very easy thing to kind of like maintain. But nonetheless, you can pop me your questions and I will bring them over here to answer your questions. Yeah, over here on my weekly Sunday AMA. So I've been doing this for 80 over weeks now. All right. So that's what I do because I truly believe when it comes to Facebook advertising and digital marketing related questions, it's not that easy to be discussed via written text. I don't think it's that effective if I just reply to your comment on Facebook and all that, because you may not really get the whole idea of what I was trying to discuss. And a lot of times it's a lot easier for us to discuss with examples. Okay, so basically that's the reason why I do this over here on AMA like this, because if there's anything I want to actually explain to you, I prefer to do it via, like, via talking. I'm a talking person. I'm really a talking person. Okay, and Gia is saying you're chewing your dinner. What time is it now? Dinner? Are you serious? I thought you're supposed to have your supper right now so that you can actually grow some extra pounds over there, right? And Gia is saying join Jason Nation, very active. Yeah, Jason Nation is another community that we have, and fundamentally, Jason Nation is actually for those serious Facebook advertisers. And what we do is on top of auditing Facebook ads, reviewing Facebook ads, we do a few more things. We offer free training and a few other perks as well. And Chia is saying those who haven't joined Jason Nation to do it now. Actually, you can't. You can't just join Jason Nation, okay? Because Jason Nation is by invitation only. In fact, 2 weeks ago, we actually kind of like rejected a few applications to join Jason Nation because I don't think they are a good fit. I mean, not to say they are not good or not to say whatever. It's because probably they haven't gone through some training or they haven't gone through some, Facebook advertising experience. If they join Jason Nation right away, they might find it very difficult to catch, because Jason Nation are very active people. Like Chiwa is in Jason Nation, and there are a few so-called, all the people who are in Jason Nation are really serious about using Facebook ads to grow their business. So I would say it's definitely not for beginners. It is definitely not for those who have not run ads, especially using my framework. If you come into Jason Nation, you will find it like totally lost. You can't really do it. But if you're interested, okay, yeah, like Chiwai said, you got filter, and yeah, I mean, we don't just let anyone in. Or else, if I just want to let anyone in, I could have just published the link to purchase or sign up everywhere. But no, we don't do it. Okay. So yeah, if you want to join Jason Nation, fundamentally we do a few things, but it's definitely a way more connected and helpful community. It's totally different because we have people like Chiwa in there helping the community, and we have really interesting cases and sharings in the group as well. So if you want to join Jason Nation, drop me a message. Drop me a message on Facebook, and I would actually guide you on how can we have a one-on-one chat quickly to see if we are a good fit. If yes, then I will be inviting you to join Jason Nation. But nonetheless, right, if you guys want to do something with me, Okay, I want to quickly highlight this thing. All right, last week, actually just last week, I started experimenting with uh, Fiverr. Okay, I'm using Fiverr as my lead generation, so-called one of the lead generation tool right now. And to kickstart my Fiverr, in fact, I've been doing a lot of research and reading and learning on Fiverr in the past 1 week. And I think for any businesses that actually kind of like are service providers or even agency people, you should seriously look at Fiverr. Why? Because Fiverr essentially, you see, what I always like about YouTube, for those who know me, I've been building my YouTube channel for a while right now, and it is now one of my best so-called, audience acquisition or even lead generation tool, because I can really tap on the search intent. Because everybody who are serious to find answer to a Facebook advertising challenge or questions that they have, they will not go to Facebook and look for it, but instead they will go Google or they will go YouTube and type in their questions. If, I have got 800 over videos on my YouTube channel. So I would say there are certain chances or certain possibility that if you type in some questions, I probably would have a video that has an answer or provides some sort of answer to the question that you are asking. That's how I connect with, my best audiences. In fact, in the past 2 years, all the people who actually came to me through YouTube are way more engaged, way more ready to convert, and they are, definitely those people that I really want to work with. So I've been building on YouTube for a while, and I've been advocating that anyone who is actually building a business, that your audience would actually look for you, okay, on various digital platforms, whether it's on YouTube, on Google, or anywhere else. You should build a search engine or search intent based kind of marketing. So yeah, for those who know me, I'm the kind of person who constantly look for a better way of doing things. And one of the biggest so-called challenge that we are constantly tackling as a service provider, as a coach and trainer, and even before this, as an agency owner, okay, it's always about lead generation. How can we actually get more leads at the best, at the lowest cost possible, at the highest quality possible? So I've been constantly, for those who know me, you know that I do a lot of building funnel, and I advertise either it's via Facebook or YouTube or even Google sometimes. And sometimes the result, it can be good result, it can be sometimes not as good, but they are all fluctuations. And especially if you're using Facebook as your lead generation, sometimes it may not be as effective. Like for example, to be very frank, people are really not really in the mood of looking for a service provider as an agency, for example, on Facebook, but they will go somewhere else. So I've been looking around and I found Fiverr, and I realized, hey, actually, if you look at it, right, what would you do in Fiverr? You are in Fiverr, you go to Fiverr because you know in your head there is something or some help you need. There is some service or solution that you're looking for the problem that you already have. So when you go there, the moment you type in an inquiry or so-called type in a service that you are looking for, you have a very, very, very strong search intent. Okay, so if you are able to connect with such intent, you are able to get different kind of audience coming your way. So I actually started this I think on Thursday. Okay, today is Sunday. If you're watching this, we have been running this for about 3-4 days now, and I've seen some interesting numbers coming in, and especially the impression and all that, it's really coming in. There are really people who are looking for anything. And I actually did a quick lookout on things that I wanted to build in the future. That I want to build in the future and things like that. There are a lot of things that is really happening. So what I'm actually trying to say here is anyone who has a service-based business, or you are actually a coach or an expert that you're offering some solution. What I want you to start thinking here is, you don't want to go in. The other day I was just talking to Andrew. I actually took a bit of paradigm shift in my own head to go into Fiverr, because at one point I was looking at Fiverr, but I hesitated. Why? Because I thought, if I go Fiverr, would it cheapen myself? Because in a way, right, a lot of people would think that, Jason, you have established yourself as sort of an expert. or a so-called thought leader in something that you are talking about all the time. And if you go to offer yourself as a freelancer, I mean, when you go Fiverr, you're sort of competing with those freelancers. Would you cheapen yourself? And then I realized, no, actually, I could be there offering something as an entry point to all the things that I've actually built and that I'm ready to offer. So just go in there and offer something. So what am I actually offering here is this. Okay, if you're watching this, if you want to buy me a coffee, if you're listening to this podcast, if you want to buy me a coffee, actually very simple. Scan this QR code or actually click on the link in the description if you're watching the podcast. You can actually book a one-on-one session with me for me to audit your Facebook ads campaign for $10. I mean, if you have been watching my video, if you have been, getting some useful tips from me, this is a very, very cost-effective way for me to actually help me. Now I'm asking for help right now. Why? Because I'm building my Fiverr profile and I need to accumulate orders and reviews. All right, I need to accumulate orders and reviews. So scan this QR code or use the link in the description and sign up for a half an hour Facebook ads audit by me. What we're going to do is we're going to jump on a call, okay, for half an hour, look into your campaign that you want, and I'm going to offer you an action plan about how to improve your campaign. With that, okay, I will earn $10, which you buy me a coffee, and after that, let's do something, right? Okay, give me 5-star review. Is that kind of like a way of bribing you guys? Yeah, because I want to see, the impact of review, impacting the conversion rate. For now, I've got a few orders lining up already, thanks to my community, because we have very interesting so-called community here who are very kind of like keen to help me out. So if you are watching this or listening to this and you want to help me out, use the link that you can or scan the QR code right now and book a one-on-one audit by me for $10. And we can actually, just help me out, right? Yeah, so, and Shiva was saying, you also reflected the question, of course, of versus the freelancer. You just stand by it and it's proper and will not degrade your brand reputation. It is still a damn strong lead magnet and I'm damn curious with it now. Yeah, you think this is a good lead magnet, right? Yes, actually, I got very good impressions and I also got very good click-through rate. It's just that for now, I'm not seeing, I got one stranger order, which is not from my community, which is interesting. But then again, I want to see if I got more reviews and all that, right? Would that actually help me? But you're right, I guess, Chiwai. I guess sometimes we just need to be a lot more open in exploring different platforms. I guess that applies to all businesses as well. Sometimes, when you are a little bit longer in the thing you do, you kind of like have this kind of a lot of, like I would call this your own, your mental barriers that you're building for yourself, which is, it could be wrong, sometimes. So I'm grateful that this is yet another time I'm breaking something and doing some new experiment. And yeah, what I promise you now is this, whatever I learned through this journey, I would document it and I would even offer it as, like probably a new course in the future or anything in the future to help whoever who wants to start either it's a freelance business or you want to leverage on Fiverr to build something like a lead magnet or inflow of a top of funnel traffic for your business. So that's what we can actually do in the future. So that's what I'm actually profiling, documenting the learning that I have right now. Okay, yeah, okay. What Shua was saying, because you got a damn a lot of content. Okay, you're saying that what? You're saying the crazy thing is that if it leads them to your YouTube page, it further cements and nurture them into stronger lead. Yeah, because you got them a lot of content. That's right. That's how I am trying to market myself on Fiverr. Because I will tell them, oh, if you want to find out more about me, you just scan this QR code and look at my copywriting on my gig and or whatever. If you have any comment, let me know. If you think that there are certain ways that you can help me improve the writing and all that, let me know. But one of the things that I'm actually really looking at is I'm hoping that those who are serious about this would actually go and look me up on YouTube, and I will win. I would definitely win. Yeah, these are part and parcel of things that you have to build in order to kind of like win yourself this kind of like competitive advantage. But I guess this can be built in a very strategic way. Anyway, so this is the link. If you want to buy me a coffee, scan this QR code, book a one-on-one audit by me, and we can actually, I I will thank you for that. Okay. Now let's go through some questions that I gotten from you guys before we go further into this. Now the first question I have is actually from Eloise. Eloise is a close community member. So Eloise is asking, are you familiar with the installation of Google conversion tracking tag to a website for purchase action? I have to say I am not. Eloise, I'm sorry that I can't help you this, but I believe, Chiwai, can you help? Chiwai, I mean, since you have a programming team, can you help Eloise on this? And Eloise, if you can actually look up for Chiwai if he can help. If you can't help, right? I mean, I believe Chiwai can actually offer some advice on that. But I think, Eloise, you have a challenge. You have a very interesting situation because you are using ClickFunnels. That's what I know. Yeah. So ClickFunnels has some different complication. But I guess Chiwai said he can help. Okay? Yeah. Chiwai said he can help. So let me actually point you to this thing. So Eloise, reach out to Chiwai, or Chiwai, reach out to Eloise and say that you want to help. So you guys go and work out if there's like a paid gig or something like that. You guys go ahead. But yeah, I mean, basically, thanks Chiwai, thanks for offering. Yeah, I guess when it comes to, in fact, the conversion tracking installation is actually very easy. But what is complicated, okay, is actually the, what do we call, is actually the specific action tracking, because it involves the different software would have different kind of like, complication, as in like certain things you need to kind of like implement in order to make it work. Like the other day, right, I actually received, the other day I received a message from what do we call, a private message from a fellow WooCommerce developer. He was telling me he has some issue with the deduplication with Facebook Pixel. I mean, this guy is a tech guy, and yet again he has all these issues and all that. And I had to be very frank to tell him that I can't help. But Chiwai, if you can help, you let me know. I will actually connect you with this guy. I'm not sure where is he from. Definitely not Malaysia, some other part of the world. He is asking for help. If you can help, if you're confident, I will connect you guys. Okay, Chiwai, let me know. Drop me a message. Okay, now Eloise, contact Chiwai, and you guys go and like PM Tepi and getting Sting work for you. Okay, now next I have a question from Jeremy. Okay, Jeremy is saying, since Facebook changed their Facebook campaign objective, how should we align with tier 2 of our two-step funnel? Okay, which one to use since there is no more message objective? Okay, Jeremy, I want to actually help you understand this thing. Facebook changed their Facebook ads objective, and it doesn't change a thing. Okay, it does not change a thing. Why? Because there are still those important, like 11 objectives are still there. They only rearrange the things inside. Okay, they group these objectives into different so-called objective-based kind of like, like categories. Hopefully will help those new Facebook advertisers to understand this thing better before they kind of like start Facebook advertising. So what is happening now is, okay, like for example, if you're looking for messages actually appears, if I'm not mistaken, it is in sales, it is in engagement, it is also in what I think traffic as well. It's everywhere, my friend. Okay, just click into it and go and navigate and see what are the things inside. Read carefully on the interface. It never changed. So basically, if you are not familiar with this thing, right, I think Facebook is really rolling out quite in full right now. That last time you used to see 11 Facebook ads objective, okay, now you are no longer seeing it. The moment you want to start creating a campaign, you will see 6 categories, 6 Facebook ads objective categories, and you might feel, oh my God, this is shit. Things change. A lot of things disappeared, and I won't be able to navigate this thing and all that. So don't worry. What I want you to do is actually very simple. Fundamentally, if you are, okay, this is what we call it. Facebook ads objective-driven advertising experience. ODAX. Objective-driven advertising experience. Fundamentally, they rearrange things into categories. But the core objective, the 11 of them, never change. They are still in there. You just need to navigate a little bit, get familiar with a little bit with the layout. In fact, nothing changed, just the outside. Only the beginning changed. So just go in and play with it and find what you need. Okay? Because it doesn't charge you, right? That's why I always like to tell people, whatever change on Facebook advertising, on the ads manager and anything, they are only rearranging things most of the time. They can't, because it's now a very established system right now. They can't simply just snap and change things. Okay, a lot of people will hate them for that. So navigate it. Okay, like what Chiwai said, they only rearrange and hidden inside for optimization refinement settings. Chiwai is correct. So Jeremy, okay, I hope we answer your question. Just go in there and play with it. It's perfectly fine. Okay? Yeah, so GY say traffic engagement, lead sales, total 4 entry point to messages. You see? I mean, how can a message objective gone missing, man? It's impossible, my friend. Just go in there, it's there. Okay? Nothing changed. It's just, I mean, they just changed the entry point. Basically, you just need to go there and find the entry point to this thing. Okay, Jeremy, thanks, GY. Thanks for chipping in. And Jeremy, I hope I answered your question on this thing. Okay, now, then I'll move on to the next question that I have over here, which is this from Ram Patel. Okay, sorry, I actually didn't answer this question last week. I missed it. So Ram is asking how to get refund from a disabled Facebook ad account. Okay, let me understand correctly. So when you're talking about disabled Facebook ads account, I would say this is your personal Facebook ad account. And when you're looking for refund, are you looking for refund? There are two situations. Okay, the first situation is you are actually using a personal ad account and then you are using a prepaid account, which means before you run ads, you put maybe like $100 into the ad account and you want to run ads with that. Okay, so that's the first situation. Now, the second situation is you run ads using the normal postpaid account, which means you run ads and they will charge you, and basically they charge you, all right, based on how much you have spent. So let's talk about the first situation. If you have a situation where, basically like you have a disabled account and you have a prepaid account, meaning that you put money in it, okay, the only way is to talk to Facebook. The only way is to talk to Facebook and say that I actually put money in there, I haven't spent much of it and you disable my ad account. Since now my ad account is disabled, can I get my money back? You can definitely message Facebook for this request. There is no shortcut to it. The only way is to talk to Facebook and say that since you have disabled my ad account, why are you holding my money? Give me back, right? So that's the first situation. Now, the second situation is, okay, you actually spend, let's say, for example, you have been running ads and out of sudden they disable your account. And actually there are people, I'm not saying that this is you, there are people who came back and say that since my ad account is disabled, they shouldn't charge me at all. All the charges that they have charged me before this should be refunded back to me. They were that angry, talking to me like that. I mean, as if I'm actually Facebook, that I hold your money. I'm not, my friend. So, okay, now here's the thing. If your ad account is disabled, all the previous charges prior to the disabling of your ad account can never be come back to you. You can't ask for refund because essentially when you are running ads on Facebook, you get charged every time you show your ad. They show your ad to your audience. So every impression count, right? So even though your account is disabled prior to that, your ads was running. Of course, they will have to charge you. So all these, impressions incurred and all that, you would definitely be charged and you can't ask for refund for that. So if that's the second situation that you're looking at right now, you can't. Now, there is the third situation, which is like, let me bring this up, Chiwai experienced something like this. Now, Chiwai experienced something like he has a disabled account, but prior to that, okay, in fact, his account was hacked. His ad account was hacked and hostile taken over by a hacker, and they actually used the ad account and the credit card to run ads to like don't know what nonsense advertisement or business for their either its own business or whatnot. So for this kind of situation, you can tell Facebook, you can actually file a complaint to Facebook and say that my ad account was hacked and it was actually spent by the hacker, which is not my business anyway. I'm not using it for my business. It's not my business. I'm not running ads for my business. It's not mine. By somebody else. So you want to ask for refund for the amount spent, for the cost spent, for the ad spent that was run on other people's advertisement. You can actually do that. Okay, you can actually do that. Also, you have to put in dispute, like what Chiwai said. You have to put in dispute and say that, hey, This is what happened. This is not by me. You got to go in and investigate. You will get your money back. Okay, Chiwai, how long it took for you to get your money back for a client? I think 2 months, you're saying. I think it's about 2-3 months. It takes time, but you will get it back. So now I hope with these 3 different situations, you understand the situation that you're facing. Okay, but in fact, the best way is go and talk to Facebook. Just go into your business manager, click on the help button, and then after that, start a conversation. Hopefully you can, and just ask anything you need. I mean, you gotta be prepared to be there for at least half an hour, because if you're using the chat feature, they expect you to be there to answer all the queries. They come back to you and say, oh, can you give me screenshot this thing or that thing and all that? You got to be there. Else, they will just end the conversation, and yeah, it's kind of that. Okay. Now, TY said, let's set your expectation right. It took me 4 months. Wow, 4 months. Okay, that's very long. 4 months, but at least you get it back. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. So it takes some time, but if it's definitely if it's the third situation, which is it was spent by the wrong people, by hostile takeover, you will hack, you will get your money back. Okay, thanks TY for sharing this. All right, I guess that's pretty much it that I have. I don't have more questions, but I want to circle back to this thing. Okay, remember, okay, this is my latest experiment. I'm using Fiverr as my top of funnel lead generation mechanism, and I'm seeing quite some interesting so-called sign of this. But here's what I actually need help from you. All right, if you've been learning something useful from me and you want to actually pay back to me a little bit, buy me a coffee. Actually, very simple. Okay, scan this QR code or click the link in the description. Okay, then you'll be able to actually sign up for a one-on-one Facebook ads audit for $10, only $10. Okay, I used to at least charge $97 for this thing, at least $97. Okay, so now you can get it at $10. Now all we do here is actually very simple. Just sign up for $10, and I'll jump on a call with you for half an hour, and I'll audit your campaign. Pick one, and then after that, I'm going to give you some plan about what you can actually do better with your Facebook ads campaign. And after that, you're going to give me 5-star review. I mean, of course, right? That's the point of offering this at such rate at $10. The idea here is I want to actually build my Fiverr account. I want to actually push it to the level, and I really want to see the outcome. As we grow the Fiverr account, my assumption or my prediction, or so-called my hypothesis, is this will be a very powerful lead generation tool for service-based business, or even if you want to launch yourself as a freelancer. After I go through this learning, I'll be able to put them together, put all I learned together into a program that can help you jumpstart this thing. So yeah, this is really a documented learning. And as a kickstart, I need your help. So help me with this. Okay? And TY said you just booked Jason on Fiverr and just to hear me nag about life. And okay, do that. Okay, you do whatever you want. Okay, just come over. All right, so I think this is it. Okay, we are half an hour, which is good, basically. Or what you're saying? What? Because the new audience does not know the original price of a one-on-one analysis previously. All they know is this is a good deal. Actually, $10 is a good deal. Anything, I think $10 is a good deal. I mean, just buy me a coffee. Anything, right? So I think it's fine. Or you want to jump on a call and chat about anything, I'm fine. Just buy me a coffee. Okay? Help me rank higher on Fiverr. That's the help I'm asking you, asking from you. All right. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. It's fun. Thanks, GY, for offering helping hand in terms of all the situations that our friends or our audience are actually facing right now. Thank you so much. And with that, I think we will wrap this one. Remember, we do this every Sunday night at 10 p.m. Malaysia time. If you have any Facebook ads questions or digital marketing related questions, just actually post them on any of my YouTube videos. In fact, I would say go to my YouTube channel and just search for it if there is any video that I created answering your question. If not, anyway, just post your question in any of my videos, and I'll bring it over and answer them on my AMA every Sunday night at 10 p.m. That's what we do, okay? Because I truly believe when it comes to Facebook advertising and digital marketing related questions, it's best communicated via talking like this, via live. I'll be telling you what's my answer to your question. So that's how things work. All right, thank you guys. It's the nice one. I'll see you next week, same time, Sunday, 10 p.m. And with that, thanks and good night. Bye.